All right, Pokemon Sun and Moon fans, if you have not kept up with the Japanese version or the, I guess you could say, most up to date episodes of the Alola League, spoilers, yada, yada, yada. But this video isn't going to be a review of, I believe, episode 140, where the battle between Ash and Kukui starts. There's not really too much to talk about. I might do a video later this week, but it's not something I want to rush to talk about because it wasn't boring, but it was definitely set up for what's to come. Most of the episode was Torracat versus Incineroar. And again, that'll be its own video. But based off of scans from magazine articles in Japan, there is a lot of speculation going on what Professor Kukui's final Pokemon will be. Because in the magazine scans, if I can actually get a screenshot, I will definitely put it in the video. If not, my apologies. So let me just say that we know Ash's team, Naganadel, Melmetal, Lycanroc, Rowlet, Torracat, Pikachu. Okay, so basically his team along with Naganadel. On Kukui's team, we know Incineroar, Braviary, Lucario, which we saw during the Guzzlord battle, and not only Lucario, but I do believe there was a picture of Mega Lucario, so I do believe we will see Professor Kukui's Lucario Mega Evolve. The only two moves we saw it use were Close Combat and Dragon Pulse. Very strong moves. Okay, so those are the three Pokemon we've actually seen on screen. Now, in the magazine leaks, not to mention the preview for next week's episode, we also know he has Venusaur and Empoleon, and it's going to battle against Pikachu. I don't believe we've seen Pikachu versus Empoleon since Barry from the Diamond and Pearl series. Yeah, so Empoleon, Venusaur, and Incineroar, three starter Pokemon from different generations, all of different types, fire, grass, and water. Lucario slash Mega Lucario, so he has a Mega Evolved Pokemon. And then he has Braviary. Now, what is Kukui's fifth Pokemon? Now, I don't believe it's been confirmed based off of a lack of episode titles, aside from next week's episode, but this might be a three-part battle, and I'm not against that because if I'm not mistaken, I don't think we've seen a single full battle in the Sun and the Moon series. I do not believe we've seen a single full battle in the Sun and Moon series. The fact that Ash has won a championship, finally, the fact that I don't believe Ash and Kukui have ever battled before. Correct me if I'm not counting Mass Royal. I mean, like, legit, Ash is fully aware Professor Kukui is his opponent. So this is pretty interesting. And I was actually watching, I think I watched like the first 3 episodes of Sun and Moon on Netflix the other day just because I needed background noise when I was cleaning my room. And I do remember, and this goes into the theory of this video, I remember that when Ash, I think this was episode 2, when Ash was being welcomed to the school with a bunch of surprises like Togedemaru and Pikachu popping balloons to see who will pop the fastest, a swim race between Poplio and Pikachu, a Tauros race, Pokemon ride race between Ash and Kiawe, and then the final surprise was supposed to be a Pokemon battle between Ash and Professor Kukui, but Mallow decided to fix lunch first, and then when they were going to battle, Tapu Koko interrupted, saying that it wanted to battle Ash, so we never got to see that fight. Now, I'm thinking that the mystery Pokemon that Professor Kukui has, because a lot of people are like, oh man, Ash is going to lose because why are they keeping that last Pokemon a secret? It's probably like a legendary or maybe it's a Gen 8 Pokemon or something like that. But I think that Tapu Koko could, in theory, be the final Pokemon for Ash to battle. I say that, and I don't know for sure if Torracat's going to evolve. I don't know, but I think that based off this last episode, it most likely will. I think that Tapu Koko will be the final Pokemon that Kukui uses against Ash. Why? Number one, they're keeping the Pokemon a mystery, so that's a big deal, which could in theory mean it's a super powerful Pokemon, or it is indeed a Gen 8 Pokemon that they haven't revealed yet. And if I'm not mistaken, on October 4th or this Friday, there's supposed to be like this 24-hour stream which should reveal new Pokemon. A lot of people are speculating based off past announcements that in October That's usually when they reveal like the next evolution stage of the starter Pokemon. But I think Tapu Koko makes a lot of sense because when you think of it this way, Tapu Koko has battled Ash and Pikachu a number of times in the Sun and Moon series. Generally, it's kind of a way to test Ash's progress within the Alola region. So Tapu Koko, I do believe the Tapus were present because at the beginning of the last episode, 140, I believe, everybody found out that Kukui is the Master Royal. Naganadel joins Ash's team. He actually has the Ultra Ball what's it called? The Beast Ball? I think it's called the Beast Ball. The specific Pokeballs designed to capture Ultra Beasts. So it recalls it, and we see Tapu Koko kind of fly overhead while, what is it? They say, enjoy. That's Master Royal's catchphrase. So I think that's a little bit suspicious, because Tapu Koko usually is present during most of Ash's important battles. So I think it makes sense that Tapu Koko probably communicated with Kukui the night before or the day of the battle to kind of be the surprise Pokemon. So I think that Ash will have two tests. Number one, Torracat, will it finally overcome its rival Incineroar? And then after that, Tapu Koko to see if Ash is really ready to move on to the next journey. He is the Alola champion, but let's see if he really is the best of the best. And I could see this battle, which originally myself, like a lot of other people, thought that, I wonder if it's going to be one of those fights where the final battle will be the Fire Kitties, Incineroar versus Torracat. Every other Pokemon is down, and it's just those two. But I think that maybe Ash's Torracat evolves, it takes down Incineroar, and then Tapu Koko comes out and literally wrecks Ash's team, and then Pikachu's the last one standing. And remember, what was it? In the first couple battles, whenever Pikachu would use Gigavolt Havoc, Tapu Koko would block it, and then that will be the end of the battle. So I think that Pikachu might unleash, the 10 million volt Thunderbolt. I think that would actually be the finishing move, because I, like a lot of other fans, thought that move, the Deus Machina, I thought that would have shown up against Guzma and Golisopod, or it would have been the final move to take out Gladion and probably, Silvally, but that wasn't the case at all. So I think it would be pretty interesting if that was the Z move to end the battle. Not only Pikachu and Ash proving themselves more powerful than Tapu Koko, but also defeating Professor Kukui in their first official, full battle and, being in a battle with Professor Kukui. I think that would be a great way to symbolically show that Ash is the best in the region, that he has truly grown from episode 1, where Tapu Koko saw a lot of promise in Ash and gave him the, the Z ring and everything. So Tapu Koko makes a lot of sense to be the final Pokemon that Ash battles in his fight with Kukui. And it isn't like Kukui permanently has caught Tapu Koko. It's probably like, hey, let me just, reside in a Pokeball or whatever for this one battle, then release me afterwards. Some along those lines, because it is an island guardian. So I doubt Kukui would just catch it and leave it in a Pokeball on a desk somewhere. But I think that some people have also been speculating, what if it's the Trevalant, the grass ghost tree, the one from the episode where Ash goes back in time to battle the younger Kukui and he gets the Fire EMZ. I think that isn't the case, because when Ash goes back to the present, don't we see like a giant Trevalant looking tree that's pretty much growed over with moss, kind of symbolizing that Trevalant, that was a totem Pokemon, I believe, in the past, was actually, it passed on. So it would be interesting, but I think Tapu Koko makes the most sense. That's just my own theory. But with that being said, folks, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Another extension of the theory is maybe, what if that 6 Pokemon is indeed like a strong Pokemon or a Generation 8 Pokemon, and Ash loses, but then Tapu Koko still wants to have one final battle with Ash and Pikachu before he leaves the Alola region? That's another possibility as well. But and I'm not just saying this because this is my idea, and I probably am not the first one to put this theory out there. There might be other Pokemon YouTubers out there with a lot more subscribers, so this idea is probably out there. I just hadn't seen it. I literally thought of it just a few minutes ago when I was looking at notes from this past episode. But let me know your thoughts. Do you think that Tapu Koko is the final Pokemon that Professor Kukui will use in his battle with Ash? And I definitely see it being Pikachu versus Pikachu versus Tapu Koko in the final round, because in terms of Lycanroc, Rowlet, Naganadel versus, that would be a pretty good battle. Naganadel, Melmetal. I don't think any of those Pokemon have any big stakes in this fight. But Torracat, obviously Incineroar, and Pikachu, definitely Tapu Koko. I mean, there are two rivalries that need to be settled. So with that being said, folks, thanks so much for tuning in. I'd appreciate if you hit that subscribe button. Trying to hit 1,000 subscribers to get this channel monetized. We need, about 400 plus more. And let me know, who do you think who will win in this battle? Will it be Ash or will it be Kukui? And yeah, fingers crossed for it being a 3 episode kind of battle, because the preview for next week, we don't even see Lucario. We see Empoleon, Incineroar, Braviary, and Venusaur, but we don't see Lucario nor his 6 Pokemon.